everyone, I hope you're all doing well. As you can see in today's video, we're going to learn about the present continuous tense. The present continuous tense. It is one of the easiest tenses. All you have to do is pay attention and try to have fun while watching this video. So let me tell you something before we start explaining this tense. The present continuous has about 3 to 4 uses. But in this video, I'm going to talk only about 2 uses, which are the most used ones in this tense. Okay, so let's start with the first use. Okay, so we use it, or let me ask you a question. When do we use the present continuous? Okay, let me tell you something. We use it when we talk about something happening right now. Okay? When I'm talking about something happening right now, it means something that's happening at the same time of speaking. So I'm talking now, and at the same time, I'm telling you what I'm doing, or maybe I'm telling you what the other person is doing. Okay? Basically, you're speaking, you're talking, and at the same time, you're telling me what you're doing. Okay, here we have 3 examples. One of the most common questions that we can ask someone is, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? Okay, so let me ask you, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? You can say, I'm watching YouTube videos, or I'm watching the present continuous videos. Okay? So you're answering me, and at the same time, you're telling me, what are you doing? Here I have some 3 examples. Okay? Let's start with the first one. I'm watching a movie. I'm watching a movie. First of all, as you can see here, I underlined these letters. I'll tell you later why I did underline them, okay? I'm watching a movie. So I'm asking you now, what are you doing now? And you're answering me, I'm watching a movie right now, okay? Right now. The second example is, I'm doing the dishes. What are you doing? I'm doing the dishes. I'm doing the dishes. Also, you can say, I'm playing video games. So you're playing video games, and at the same time, you're answering me. Okay? I'm playing video games. Alright, so far so good. So let me ask you for the first time, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? Very good, good job. Now let's move on to the second use, which is so easy. It is different than the first one, okay, but it's much more easier. So the second use is something continuing to happen till the future. So you keep doing something, okay, or you continue doing something till the future. Basically, you're waiting for the results in the future. Let me start with the first question. What are you doing these days? What are you doing these days? I'm not asking you about now. I'm asking you, what are you doing these days? So, whenever you're free or in your free time, you do something in order to finish it in the future. What are you doing these days? You can answer by I'm studying to be a doctor. It means that you're studying these days to be a doctor. So you're going to be a doctor in the future. You study to be a doctor. So you're working hard and you're waiting for the results to achieve your goals. Or you're working so hard to be a doctor in the future. You're waiting for the results. Or you're waiting to make your dreams come true. I'm studying, it means that you're continuing to study to be a doctor. To be a doctor in the future. Okay, now the second example is I'm reading The Devil and Miss Prim by Paulo Coelho. I think it's called Prim or Prime. Anyways, I'm reading The Devil and Miss Prim by Paulo Coelho. So I'm reading this book in my free time and I'm going to finish it till the future. I don't know exactly when I'm finishing it, but all I know is I'm reading now. I'm continuing to read this book. Of course, later I'll finish it. So you're talking here about the future, about the near future. You're doing something continuing and you'll finish it till the future. You understand? If that makes any sense? Okay, now let's move on to the forms of the present continuous. And later we're going to talk about the keywords. Okay, now let's move on to the form of the present continuous. Of course, we have the affirmative form, the negative form, and the interrogative form. Let's start with the affirmative form. Okay, so we already talked about the subject. We all know what is a subject, which is I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. So in the affirmative form, we start with the subject plus is are, which is verb to be in the present simple. Also, we talked about verb to be in the present simple. Plus verb plus ing. So we put the infinitive form or the base form of this verb and we add ing at the end of the verb. Okay? Let me give you an example here. He is listening to music. He is listening to music. We use I with I am or We use he, she, it with is. He is, she is, it is. And we use we, you, they with are. We are, you are, they are. Okay, so here we have he, we put is, and then the verb listen, we add ing at the end of the verb. He is listening to music. This is the affirmative form. All good? Let's move on to the negative form, which is basically the same as this one, but the only difference here is that we add not. Okay, not, the negative form. You're denying not. We start with the subject and verb to be, which is are, plus not, and verb ing. Or you can say, instead of verb ing, you can say ving. Okay, ving. It means verb ing. Here we have an example. We are not, or you can say we aren't. Okay, this is the short form of this one. You can say we are not, or you can use the short form, which is aren't. We are not, or we aren't making pizza. Here we have the subject we use are. Okay, we are not, or we aren't. This is the verb make. Okay, make. We add ing. Of course, we remove the e. Okay, we remove the E letter and then we add ing at the end. And the last one in this question, instead of starting with the subject, we start here with verb to be, and then you put the subject in the middle, which is here, am I drinking soda? This is a question. You're not going to start with the subject, okay? You start with this verb, which is verb to be, am I? Here we have and here we have I. What does it mean? It means that we use with this subject. I am. The question is, am I drinking? Also here we have the verb drink. This is the infinitive form, drink, and we add ing at the end of the verb, and we finish the question. Okay, I hope everything is clear now. All good? Now let's move on to the keywords. We have a lot of keywords, but as usual, I only choose the most common ones. Alright, before reading these are the most common keywords in the present continuous, let me ask you a question. Why do we use the keywords? Of course, the keywords, you can find them in all the tenses, but here we're talking about the present continuous. So basically, we use the keywords in the present continuous to indicate the presence of this tense, which is the present continuous. Let me repeat, to indicate the presence of the present continuous. As I already said that we have a lot of keywords, but I just use here the most common ones, which I think are enough to use. Let's start with the first one, which is now. Now, okay? Now. What are you doing now? I'm cooking something. Now. I'm cooking something. Right now. Right now. Basically, they are the same. Now, right now. Also, we have currently. Currently, not currently. Currently, okay? These are almost the same. These are almost the same. Also, we have at the moment, now, at the moment of speaking, okay? At the moment, I'm reading a book. At the moment, I'm riding a bike. At the moment, I'm drawing a cat. At the moment, I'm listening to music. We have look. So you're talking to the other person and you're asking him to look. Hey, look, I'm doing something. Hey, look, I'm dancing. Hey, look, I'm brushing my hair. Also, we have listen. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. This one, this week. Previously, I talked about the second use of the present continuous, which is when you're talking about something that you're doing these days, okay? Not necessarily now, at the moment of speaking. You can talk about something that you do these days, or this week, or this month, anything that has to do with this. This year, this summer, this weekend, and you keep going. I think that's it for today's video. You'll find in the description box some exercises for you to practice. Make sure to check them out and see you in the next video. Bye!